Good morning guys, TheBroGrammer here again today with a brand new video. Today I'll be talking about the setters. Alright, the setters are basically same kind of thing as the getters. And if you haven't seen my previous video, please go check it. Getters, how to access variable within a class. Alright, pretty simple, really easy. If you have any questions, just let me know. Alright, today we'll be talking more specifically about setters and as you can see here, I have my getters already defined. I'll just go ahead and define my setters. All right, setters are pretty simple. It's the same thing. They set variables. All right, they're also methods. All right, I'll declare them public so we can access them via different classes. And I'll use void here. Void means there is no return value, so we won't have a return at the end here like this one here. All right, and I'll call it set length. All right, it's really good to be specific when you're calling a setter and a getter, and that's mostly the way it's called. Set and the name of the variable that you're setting. Same thing for the getters, get and the name of the variable. All right, and then here I'll say this dot length equals, and I forgot to say something here. It always takes something in parameter. All right, so in our case it's a double and then double length. And then here I'll say length equals length. Yeah, that's what I meant. Not sure why I was double thinking here. All right, and we'll do the same thing for the width. Jesus, being lazy, eh? It's supposed to be helpful. All right, so as you can see, I did it for both variable, set length and set width, and you'll understand why in a second. It will help me set those variable, and as you can see, I'm giving something in parameters here, and I'm setting my class variable with it and with what I have in parameter. All right, so class variable and the parameter. All right, so I'm setting it up. I'm setting my class variable with what I have in parameter. All right, so let's come back up here. And again, if you want to understand what I'm doing here, please see my previous video. It's pretty simple, really specific. Now, I have my three constructors over here, my window, my constructor number one, number two, and number three. All right, and I created a new object of those out of those constructors. All right, object W, W2, and W3. All right, they're all different because they're using the different constructors. Now, let's grab the first one because the first one will be more explicit. All right, so here I have my object W, and the width and length are automatically set up as 2 and 2, as you can see here. All right, now let's say you want to change that. All right, if you want to change that, that's when setters are really useful. All right, so I'll just here calling my setters. And for those who didn't really realize, we're in the void main method right now. All right, so as you can see here, it closes out here, starts here. All right, so that's the whole chunk of code. Okay. Now let me put this in comments for now. All right, now let's go ahead with the first one. So here, if I run this, we already know the width and length are 2 and 2 because it's defined by our constructor right here, right? Now, if you want to change this, it's pretty simple. All you got to do is say, use your setters and getters. So I'll call my object w dot set length, all right, and I'll give it the value 5, and again w dot set width, and I'll give it a width of 100. All right. Now again, I'll output the values just so you guys can understand and see how it works. All right, let me just put a space here. Zoom. Let me just erase what I have here. put an output here. All right. No, just format this quickly and then say, all right. So once I run this, sorry, bugs me. All right. So after using the setters, these are the variables. So let's go back up and I'll explain you the process. So for this value here, let me remove this here, just make it clear and clear as day. So what happened is, first of all, we're creating our object with the values 2 and 2 within it, right? Because we're using this constructor here with no value here. If you do not understand, please check my my video on constructors, and you'll grasp more an idea of what we're talking about here. Now, by going after creating this value with a width and length of 2, I'm outputting the values, which is what we have here, right? Now, after that, I'm using the setters and getters, the setters here, the set length and set width. My new length will be 5, my new width will be 100, all right? Putting a space in between just to format, just to create a space between these values that I'm outputting here and the next ones, all right? So after using the setters, this is what we're getting, 5 and 100, all right? Because that's what I did here. Now let me just change this to 220 and 20. All right, so again, same thing, value of 2, 2 here, setting my values, changing them, and then outputting them here. All right, so as you can see, length 20, width 20. So those are what the getter setters are doing. All right, they allow you to access the variable and modify them. All right, they allow you to modify the values of the object itself. All right, because right now, as you can see here, W is the object because by doing window W equals new window, I'm creating a new object. As soon as you're using the new here, the value new, that means you're creating an object. All right. Now W is an object of the class window, which is what I created here. All right. And within this class, within this object W, there's two variables, the length and the width, which I'm setting new values here. All right, 20 and 20, which is what I'm doing. And I'm using the setters, of course, to do this, set length, set width, and that's how I'm doing them, all right? Public void set length, giving it a value of double because my variable length is a double, and I'm setting the value, all right? So that's pretty much how it is, guys. If you have any more questions, do not hesitate. Let me know, and I'll be more than happy to help you and explain more on this subject, all right? Thank you very much. Have a goddamn good day, guys.